Greetings YouTube, Ninja is back with another top 5 video. As you know, today is the final day of 2015, so I figured it'd probably be best to do a top 5 video. I know it's technically not Tuesday, because I technically should be doing this on Tuesday, but I just felt like I wanted to do this now, for some reason. I don't know. Anyways, I feel like I've put this off for too long, so now I'm doing my top 5 2015 Nintendo 3DS games, and then the next one, and then I'll also be uploading my top 5 2015 Nintendo Nintendo Wii U games as well. So right now, let's get to it. There are no honorable mentions because I actually don't. There were a lot of games that Nintendo came out with this year. Or games that came out on the 3DS and the Wii U, but there was just not enough that I had purchased or cared to buy, or just never got my hands on, or I just had never gotten my hands on them. So, yeah, I'm kind of limited, but I had enough for at least 5 for each. So, no, like I said, no honorable mentions, but there will, but these will be top 5s, and yeah, okay. So with that, let's get to it. At number 5, Legend of Zelda: Triforce Heroes. So yeah, this game, it was a very interesting concept on a Triforce game, or a Zelda game, and I liked it. It wasn't bad. I mean, I liked the concept of the game having 3 players, having to have 3 players in order to get through puzzles and mazes and such. I liked the costumes that you had to make. The different attributes and qualities that they each had that could help improve specific weapons or finding hearts or more hearts or more rupees in bushes and pots and such. I liked the different abilities that each one had. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. And all the stuff that they had come out with these few updates and a few like free DLC things that they've done, it's not bad. I just wish that things were different, because people can be real douches when it comes to this game, and sometimes it was difficult to figure out some of the puzzles. Even others had a difficult time doing it, and it was also really, I don't know. It's just some parts about the game had seemed kind of difficult, but obviously that's to be expected because it is a game. Not exactly meant for, like, Triforce Heroes isn't exactly meant for toddlers and little kids. It's more meant for the more experienced Zelda players, I would say. Especially since it takes 3 people to take out the bosses and all that. But yeah, Triforce Heroes was a very great game altogether, but overall it just wasn't meeting my expectations, especially since it also felt odd that it was not a traditional Zelda game, at least in the terms of it being Hytopia and not Hyrule, it being Princess Styla. I think that's how you pronounce it. Princess Styla instead of Princess Zelda. That just seemed wrong to me, but that's probably the opinion for most people. And also the fact that you're saving the princess from a cursed leotard tights. That seems very random. And not to mention, this witch is does it because she's jealous of her or something? I don't remember what it was, but anyways, yeah, Triforce Heroes was a great game, but its concept and its overall concept and plot just seemed completely random. Alright, coming in at number 4 is Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. So yeah, this game, I really love the Pokemon games, and I do like the Mystery Dungeon games. They are not bad. It's just, the Mystery Dungeon games kind of seem repetitive to me. At least when it comes to the completing missions in the Mystery Dungeons kind of thing. And the plot there was nothing bad with the plot. The plot was great. I really enjoyed the plot. Oh, by the way, if you're curious to know, the Pokemon that I had chosen, I became Froakie and my partner was Trico. But those weren't the ones that were originally chosen by the game through the questionnaire and all that. I believe the ones that were given to me were... Oh, who was it? I believe it was Torchic, who was the Pokemon I should have turned into, from the human turning into a Pokemon. I believe that was Torchic. And then the one I was paired up with, I believe that was... oh shoot, who was it? I think it was Chikorita. No, it was Snivy. I don't remember. It was either Chikorita or Snivy. Anyways, there was nothing, like I said, there was nothing wrong with the plot. It kind of seemed to drag out, and there were just days where it was just, where Trico, or in my case, Speedy, because I called him Speedy, would come over to my place and he'd say, "Hey, let's have a great day at school today," and then we'd go to school, and then after school, for Speedy would be like, "All right, Sasuke." Sasuke is what I called myself, the Froakie. He would go, let's go have another great adventure today as junior expeditioners, as part of the junior expedition team, or junior expedition society. That's it. And then I would go out and do a mystery, and then I would do a mystery dungeon, and then the next thing and then I would complete one or two, depending on where I go, and depending on the goals and the requests that Pokemon have sent out to me, and then I would complete them, and I would find myself repeating that for like 4 or 5 times before I finally did something plot related. But it's just, as much as I love, like I said, I love the mystery dungeon. The super mystery dungeon's plot wasn't bad. It's just the repetitiveness is can get kind of dull at times. I found myself putting it away right before I actually got to the plot, before I got to a plot in the game, because the game just seems to do that to me. I always seem to put it away right as soon as I got to something plot worthy. But whatever. But it was just whatever. So yeah, it was, and yeah, that's really all I have to say. But so yeah, Pokemon Super Mystery Dungeon. Number 3, Xenoblade Chronicles 3D. So this game was exclusively made for the new 3DS XL, and I gotta say, this game does wonders. It is an amazing game. The plot is absolutely to die for. The characters are memorable and fun. The gameplay mechanics are a bit funky, but that's probably to be expected, since it is a transferred game. And that brings me to the thing that I actually haven't played the Wii version. So when I tried the Wii version after getting the 3DS version, because a friend of mine had it, it seemed kind of awkward for me afterwards with the 3DS version for just a little while, not too long though. But the thing is, I can definitely say that the 3DS version is not like better than the Wii version. At least, like, the Wii version compared to the 3DS version, Wii version is definitely, like, the better of the two. I don't know what it is about it. It's just, it seems that seems to be one of the main things about it. And so, yeah, and also, it's quite the long game, and I still have yet to beat it, so it also didn't feel right to put it up higher if I hadn't beaten it quite yet, though I have gone very far in it, and like I said, the plot is to die for. Characters are such memorable characters, of course, like Shulk. Like, now it's Shulk time, this is the Monato's power, and there's a lot of interesting things that is just about Shulk and all the characters. So yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles 3D is number 3. And now second place, LBX Little Battlers Experience, as it can also be called. This game was very interesting. You played as the kid on the left named Van Yamano, and in this game in this world kids play with these little robots that fight, and they can actually do legitimate damage. Like, if you were to let them outside of this super durable cardboard, they could seriously injure someone. And people seem to do that after Van Yamano gets this what is the little robot called? Just an LBX. Once he gets his hands on an LBX from a woman that has it in a briefcase, Van Yamano finds himself in deep trouble and tied deep with some really horrible people that are using LBX that his dad created to hurt people and to do evil things with them. And Van Yamano, not liking that idea that his dad's creation was being used for evil things, decides to take the LBX he was given to his hands and to fight against anyone who would use LBX in an evil way. So the plot was amazing. The characters are also great, so yes, I'm kind of repeating myself when it comes to Xenoblade, but that's kind of how it is. The plot really was great, and there were so many twists and turns, and it's just, I was surprised about how many things were going on, and the gameplay was pretty fun. The battle mechanics are amazing, and I just really enjoyed it. The only thing I didn't like about it is that it's only has local play for multiplayer. There's no online for it. That was really what really got me when it came to getting this game, because it's just like, there's no one around here. No one in my area. There's literally no one. Well, not literally no one, but there's very few people who are as big a gamer as I am, and so I feel bad because there are so many local play games that I have on my 3DS that people don't have. If they do have a 3DS, they don't have this game or other games. And it's just like, I can't play this with people locally because they don't have it, and some games like this one doesn't have the online option. So yeah, that was really only the main downside I had with this game. But besides that, it's still an amazing game overall, and it really came close. But there was one other game that was number 1 overall, obviously, and that game, codenamed Steam, the game no one seems to ever really look at. It's a very overlooked game. It's so good though. So what codenamed Steam is about is pretty much there's an alien force that has come to take over Earth. Big surprise there. It takes place in normal, I believe it's 1916. No, it's a lot later than that, actually. It's whenever President Lincoln was president at the time. It takes place in his time in his final years as president, or somewhere around there. I'm not sure how far into it is, but it's steampunk. But it's in a steampunk world, and in this world there are classic literature characters. The one you can see right now is Henry Fleming, from what's his book called? I think it's it's like the red badge, I can't remember. Anyways, Henry Fleming, you got classic literature characters like Tiger Lily from Peter Pan, Lion from Oz, what's another one? I'm trying to think of the characters real quick. There's goodness gracious, there's Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer, how could I forget? Tom Sawyer from the Adventures of Tom Sawyer, obviously. And these characters are part of the strike team called Steam that Abraham Lincoln gathers to take down the alien menace. And it is an amazing game. The plot is great. I have no complaints about that. The game mechanics, the online is amazing. There are you can take part in tournaments, either public tournaments that get announced on through your notifications on your 3DS. You can do private tournaments. You can do online, and the 3 different modes for the online, and all the different things you can do in this game is so amazing. And not to mention, with it being made by Intelligent Systems, the guys who create Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem Amiibo functionality with it is amazing. You get to play as Robin, Lucina, Ike, and Marth, and just fight in Codename Steam, and fight as them, as if they were part of Steam, and that's an amazing thing. It's really fun to play as those Fire Emblem characters in the game, and they are really good too when it comes to it too. And you can also use them online, which is an addition to it. So that's really cool. And it's just so sad that this game has been overlooked by so many people, when it is really probably one of the best Nintendo 3DS games I've ever played. I really love this game. I still play it to this day, and it was released all the way back in March? Yeah, March. It was a March release game, and I still play it. I played it ever since it came out. Even with all the games that have been coming out, with Splatoon and all that, I still find myself coming back to this game. Even though I beat the storyline a long time ago, I still go back and revisit some of those levels. I go and play online, play in the tournaments. I just can't not put this game down. So yeah, that's really why Codename Steam, in my opinion, is the number 1 Nintendo 3DS game of 2015. So yeah, that's my 2015 list for the 3DS games. What is your thoughts? Do you agree with some of my options? And again, to be fair, I don't have all the other games that had come out. I don't have some certain games and I didn't bother getting games that didn't draw my attention, or I just never got the time to actually buy certain games. So yeah, obviously there will be some differences, but yeah, those are the 5 games that I thought were probably that I have and that I played that were the best of 2015. But again, what are your thoughts? And do you agree with some of my choices? Let me know in the comments. And I will now be going on to my top 5 for Wii U version for the Wii U games. So I'll get right to that. But until then, arigato and goodbye.